Franchise Sports Media!
What's going on, fight fans? Thank you guys for tuning in to another episode of the main event right here on Franchise Sports Media. I'm your host, Kalani Lua, being joined now by a special guest / new co-host, T. Buckley is in the house. What's up, baby?
Man, in the place to be,
my
baby.
Man.
Hey, man, thank you, the franchise, for allowing me to come through, man. I appreciate you, K, for letting me come through. I love boxing just as much as y'all,
Exactly,
man.
man.
Let's dive into whatever you're trying to talk about, bro, because I'm here.
Man, look.
I'm here.
We got a lot to talk about for this coming weekend and whatnot, what's going on. We're going to get into your knowledge and your background so people don't think I just picked you up at the bus stop coming in here. But this weekend, around the globe, Riyadh season is going down. Man.
It's going down.
One of, if not arguably, the greatest boxing card put together of all time, at least on paper. We'll see how it goes in the ring.
On paper.
We have a rematch, one of the most anticipated rematches in boxing, in Arthur Beterbive taking on Dmitry Bivol.
Yeah.
Their first fight was an all-timer.
It was.
I don't know. All-timer might be
that L, though.
Yeah. Bivol.
Hell of a fight, though.
Somebody's old had to go.
You could have flipped the coin.
You really could have. Unfortunately, they flipped it towards Beterbiev. A lot of people felt Bivol won, especially this guy.
Yeah, for
but
sure.
nonetheless, we also got some other great matchups, too. We're going to dive into those as well. But let's get into the main event.
For sure.
Beterbiev taking on Bivol the second time around. The first one, like you said, you could have flipped the coin.
You could have.
For the second one, if you're in either corner of the fighter, what are you telling them so that they come out this time, no flip of the coin, unanimously, I'm the victor?
Honestly, I'm gonna tell you, if I'm in Bivol corner, I'm gonna tell him go out there with the same game plan, just don't get hit as much. 'Cause what he was doing was great. It was working. I obviously thought he won the fight. You could have really flipped the coin. You feel me? But
for sure.
He still did enough to win the fight. So I would say don't change nothing. Go in there like it's round 13.
Got you. See,
Not round 1 of a new fight.
fair enough.
Round 13, player.
See, now what I would do is I would say going with 13, but we got to switch it up just a little bit. You got to let your hands go early. Because I felt like early on in the matchup.
Yeah, true.
We see this sometimes in boxing and also in the world of mixed martial arts in the UFC, where if you get two strikers, especially knockout guys, they can be a little hesitant early on because they don't want to get caught.
Right,
I don't want to overextend myself. You counting me and I'm sleeping on the ground counting stars. I felt like with Bivol, you felt Beterbiev's power. It didn't put you on your ass.
Right.
It wasn't nothing you haven't felt before.
Right.
He's just very good.
Right.
Go out there and be aggressive with this guy.
But a lot of fighters, what they do is they'll, let me see, what's the word I'm trying to use? They will try to take notes or see what they're doing for the first couple rounds. A lot of fighters will give you 2 or 3 rounds in the beginning just to see what you're working with.
Fair enough.
I think Bivol might have fell victim to that.
Yeah.
And you can get behind on the cards like that, but I still have Bivol. He should have won the damn fight. I had him. I don't care.
Fair enough. No.
I had him. I don't care.
And see, when you're taking on someone of this talent like Beterbieve, you can't give those 3, 4, 5 rounds away. You got
to fight.
Because I get you. You're going to try to pick up, okay, how's he going to do? I'm going to throw some feints at him, see how he reacts. I'm going to move around, see how he reacts, even make some noise from the crowd that doesn't need to be happening right now, and see how they react to that. And we're going to see what happens. For Beterbieve, what I would like to see from him is maybe at times when Bivol's not being aggressive, either go to the body on him or you need to have him backing up against the rope in the corner. Put him in a spot that he's not comfortable in.
Yeah, for sure.
Both of these guys love to come forward.
Yeah.
Both of them love to insert their will and power in their opponent. Beterbieve, you felt his power.
Yeah, for sure.
Was it something you haven't felt before?
Nah, he done been in there with some guys that can hit.
Exactly.
He done been in there.
So now that you've already been through it, don't hesitate so much. And realistically, for me, I feel like the same game plan for both. Don't hesitate. Don't wait. Don't get crazy.
Go to work.
But you got to go to work. Do not leave this in the hands of the judges again, or at least, if you do, make it to where there is no decision to be made.
Somebody has to do it.
Exactly.
So who you got?
I like Bivol.
Me too.
Seriously.
We agree. It's our first interview, and we agree, baby. This is going to be a beautiful friendship.
Oh, trust me.
But we still got to do the rest of the fight card,
Look,
we got to see.
Look, we say that now. We still got a whole fight card to go here, brother. Let's not jump ahead too quick.
We still got a whole bunch to go through.
But in wrapping up about these two, because this is a highly anticipated rematch.
It is.
They are two of the bigger names. Outside of this, once they move on, and we'll talk about it next week, there's going to be plenty of options for what they can do.
For sure.
Moving up, taking on another challenger in the fence, someone coming up, especially a rematch for Bivol with a certain redhead from Mexico.
No, I don't want to see that again.
You don't want to see that again?
No.
You don't want to see Canelo and Bivol too?
No.
Okay.
No, weight class for a reason.
Then no, okay.
And I'm the biggest Canelo fan in the world. I know his resume better than Canelo himself.
Bivol said he'll move down to 168, though.
Well, then come on, Bivol.
He said he'll do
For
it.
sure, then Bivol, you bring your ass on
Let's
down
do
to
it.
168.
Let's do it. Hey, look, before
I'll
Bivol,
take that, then.
Before
Now, let's
Bivol
whoop
moved
his
down,
ass.
Bud,
Nah.
move up, up. You see the recent pictures of Terrence Bud Crawford?
Bud.
184.
Bud.
Abs.
I haven't seen
solid.
He ain't been hit.
It's okay.
He ain't been hit by nobody remotely at 147 like Canelo can hit.
No, this is true. But guess what? Canelo ain't never took on nobody as fast and unorthodox as Terrence Bud Crawford either. Styles,
No. I'm a Canelo advocate. I'm going to tell you he has. Because Canelo has been in there with the best.
Well,
Canelo has been in there. He got a resume full of Hall of Famers.
When he was in there with the best, what happened?
That's Floyd. Everybody took an L to Floyd.
Yeah.
That's
you know
Floyd.
who
that's made him better.
You know who ain't took an L to Floyd?
Who?
Crawford.
He's right.
Now, granted, Crawford ain't never fought him,
Right,
but I ain't
true.
took no L either.
True.
Guess who ain't lost to Bivol? Bud. We'll get into that matchup as it gets closer.
I got Canelo on that.
Y'all already see who I got. We got Bud Crawford in the house,
I
baby.
mess with you, Bud. I knew you was gonna dog Earl. I made a lot of money, bruh. I really did. I did. I knew you was. I didn't know you was gonna annihilate him, but I knew you was gonna win the fight. You feel me? So,
man,
I'm a Bud fan, but like Bivol and Canelo, is weight classes for a reason. Bud is weight classes for a reason.
Hey, Bud, they said the same thing to Roy Jones Jr., but he went up to 199, and he took the heavyweight title from John Ruiz. You can do it, buddy. America. Yeah.
John Ruiz ain't Canelo.
He's not. Hey, look, they're both of Latino.
Yeah, for sure.
That's what the
respect to Ruiz.
No, mad respect to John Ruiz, man. For his time, he was a very good, decent heavyweight fighter. But you're right, he's not on Canelo's level.
A long time ago.
Look at you.
Yeah, for sure.
Look at you.
Like years ago.
Man, you ain't never met no Frank Sinatra. Frank sent down right down this straight here. Frank, you ain't got with Joe Louis. Who's next? Speaking of who's next, Beterbive Bivol is the main event. But we said this card was stacked. The co-main event, we'll see Daniel DuBois taking on Joseph Parker. Yeah. The Uso coming in from New Zealand. This right here is going to be a terrific fight. It's a hell of a fight in heavyweight division. It is for the IBF World Heavyweight Championship. I want to make sure I get that right.
Hell of a fight.
Hell of a fight between these two. How do you see it playing out?
I got to watch it. I can't even lean on one side. I have to watch it.
Okay,
I have to watch it. I can't pick.
So, okay, how do you see the fight going?
Daniel.
Okay.
I would say Daniel DuBois if I just had to pick.
Okay.
But was that Parker coming off whooping Anthony Joshua?
Whooping his tail.
Yeah, for sure. So, but I still I can't give him all the way credit because your boy Anthony Joshua got a lot of miles on him. He ain't been the same since Andy Ruiz put hands on him.
Man, look.
He ain't been the same.
Andy Ruiz shocked the world on that one, man. He shocked the world. But you know what, though? That's what made that so spectacular. Now, it's very unfortunate Ruiz couldn't capitalize off that more because I feel like once that, he kind of went away for a little while, lost some of that momentum. He's still a great fighter when we seen him come back.
Though.
Man, look. And I seen him out here at the MGM one time after that. I said, buddy, you looking like me right now. Look what you doing. Real good. But what I find interesting about this, Dane Dubois gave the current heavyweight champion Usyk a run for his money. Usyk has said he's got about 2 fights left in him. He would love to fight the winner of this, especially if it's Dubois. My thing is, for Dubois, could he possibly be looking too far ahead that he overlooks Joseph Parker?
He possibly could.
Because Parker's a heavy hitter.
He is. Joseph Parker is not a punk.
He's not a punk at all.
One hit will lay you.
And I feel like he lost a little momentum when he lost to Anthony Joshua a little while ago. And people, that was like him coming up and okay, is this the next heavyweight? Right. Joshua puts hands on him. It is what it is. Joshua's one of the better heavyweights out there. He lost a little momentum, but he's come back. We've seen what he did to Deontay Wilder. I feel like if Dubois doesn't come in here fully focused, fully engaged in this way, and he's looking too far ahead at getting a rematch with the guy he felt he beat
for sure
the first time and took his O. Parker might go in there and say this, wait a minute now, I'll be a huckleberry.
Hey, it's going to be a hell of a fight either way. That's one I can't call. Like I can call Bivol, say I got Bivol, hands down, I got Bivol. But this one, I just got to wait and see.
Fair enough. Wait
and see.
I like Dubois in this one, but I'm not gonna lie. I would love it if Joseph Parker could at least go out there, maybe not pull off the upset,
But show us something.
Excuse me. Yeah. But if he pushed him to the point of, holy shit, I really got to dig deep here to beat this dude. Sure. I don't want Parker, sometimes with fighters, and you know this from your experience and watching the sport, sometimes you could get out there, the stage a little bit bigger.
Yeah.
Lights a little bit brighter. Crowds a little bit louder. And you kind of hesitate a little bit and you're like, oh, I'm not pulling the trigger. For Parker, I hope he doesn't look at it and say, hey, if DuBois is getting a shot at Usyk next, if he wins, well, what if I win? Do I get that same shot?
He need to go in there
as motivation.
He need to go in there and make a stand.
Very much so, and I hope he does that.
Next fight.
I think he could do that.
It's my fight.
Exactly.
That's what he needs to
Exactly.
say.
He need to go and say, it's my yard.
It's my fight, goddammit.
Now, one of the better fighters out there is on the card, but we just had a switch up in who he's going to be taking on.
We did.
Shakur Stevenson
I think
is on the
Schofield
card.
got scared. I think Oscar De La Hoya told him to chill, step aside, son. Don't take this loss right now. Go ahead.
No, you're good. You're good. But Shakur Stevenson, don't be sorry. Don't be sorry.
We got to keep it real on the man.
And that's what all we do here. But Shakur Stevenson will be defending his WBC World Lightweight Championship. It was supposed to be against Floyd Schofield.
It was.
But since he just pulled out, as we just heard, well, now he's going to be taking on what? Josh Padley. 15-0, 4 knockouts. His last fight was in September. This is a short notice fight.
For sure.
And it's against one of the better fighters out there.
Can I give you my honest opinion?
Please do.
He's showing up to change his family's life. He know he ain't finna win that fight.
No.
He know he does not. Schofield wasn't gonna win that fight.
I didn't think so either.
He damn sure ain't.
No. Not on this. Here's the crazy part, though.
The
crazy part, though.
What?
All I'm saying is, if he watches Rocky the whole flight out there, just keep watching on repeat, buddy. Just keep watching on repeat. Dun, 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 dun. No, but in all seriousness, I do feel either fighter, Shakur Stevenson, was going to piece him up.
Yeah, for sure.
But with this change-up, when we talked about it before the show, this needs to be a fight. Even if it was Schofield, Stevenson needs to go out there and make a statement.
Fight.
Yes.
Statement.
Yeah, Tank Davis knocking everyone out that he faces. Putting him to sleep.
Damn. And hitting backflips on niggas off the rope.
Off the rope like it's WWE. Then you got Garcia and Haney going at it.
Right.
They're putting on great shows, even if they're not knocking you out. They're knocking you down or they're piecing you up. Shakur Stevenson lost a ton of momentum after Devin Haney's last fight.
For sure.
When he went in there, called him out, and then was stalking him. Every time you saw a picture of Devin Haney for about a month, Shakur in the background somewhere looking at him at the pool party, at the casino tables, at the barbecue spot.
He was trolling him.
He was trolling him. But then when Shakur got his fight on ESPN as the headliner, he gave us a stinker. Granted, he fought smart. He went out there and he did what he had to do to win. But I'm a thorough believer in this, and let me know what you think. There are certain fights in a fighter's career in any sport. You have to go out there and make a statement.
Have to.
Because fans might be a little on the fence with you. Yeah. Maybe they're just starting to hear about you. So now, hey, is this guy the really next one?
Yeah.
Talk about that. When you have that opportunity and fighter needs to go out there and make a statement, talk about that mindset.
See, the statement he has to make is everybody saying Shakur can't knock nobody out because he ain't knocking nobody out. The people that he's fighting, Tank can knock out, have him flying through the whole arena. And that's for sure. But this statement fight right here, he has to do it because he has not delivered nothing fan-friendly. Nothing where it's going to make people run to the cable company, order the fight, run to a streaming service and download the app so they can order the fight. He hasn't given out none of them type of performances, right? So, like you said, he has to do this right now. Yeah. Like he has to. There's no Josh Padley, you're going down. Not only because he has to do it. It's like, if he wants to run the money. One thing as a promoter, if very seldomly do people make a lot of money by not knocking people out. Yeah. It does not happen. It's
only one guy I can think of.
Well, not even Floyd was knocking people out till he stopped.
Well, I'm talking about early in his career when he was pretty boy.
For sure.
Oh, he was piecing people up.
But like how boxing goes, everybody knocks everybody out when you first start. It's how they build you up. You have to build the star. Yeah. You feel what I'm saying? Yes, so, of course, your first 10, 12 fights, you putting everybody through the ropes. But as you start fighting, you start fighting motherfuckers you can't knock out.
Yeah, the level of competition gets better. So you have to adjust.
You have to adjust. And if you can't, then you really don't have the power.
Yeah.
Now, that's the whole reason why I know Shakur going to win this fight, but we all want to see him fight Tank. Yeah. That's for sure. But now, he going to have to do something about Tank, man.
He is, and this is where he can build hype up for that. It's by even if you don't necessarily put him to sleep, TKO finish, drop him a few times. Because Padley might just, he's undefeated for a reason. Might just be a tough son of a gun that's tougher than a $2 steak.
For sure.
So he might be one of those where, hey man, I threw everything at him plus a kitchen sink, and he still didn't go.
It don't
but
matter.
I need to lump him up. I need to make this unanimous that I'll beat this dude down. And I did everything. Like I said,
he's going to unanimous him for sure. He's going to unanimously win.
He need to unanimously.
But can he, it's like you said, can you bust him?
Don't
if you
let
don't
go
knock
to
him out,
decision.
can you cut him? Can you dust him? Can you knock one eye out? Can you do something?
If he doesn't give a Rocky level performance, Josh Padley, that is, I'm telling Shakur, you can't let this go to the judges. Any big fight you want from here, the next 3 fights you will not get. If you let a replacement on short notice on a Wednesday, if you let him go the distance with you on 3 days notice, no, you cannot do that. So for Shakur, hey brother, this is your time.
You're going to have to do it, bro.
This is your time.
I believe in you, Shaq. I believe in you, Shaq. I believe in you, baby.
We all do. We all do.
But you have to knock this boy out, Shakur. Like I can only defend you in the barbershop for so long. You know what I'm saying? We called you the next Floyd. Your defense is on point. But one thing Floyd was good at that Shakur hasn't mastered, Floyd knew how to run and still press the fight. There's a difference between running and still pressing the fight.
And one thing Floyd was a master at, he knew how to build a fight where you either loved him or you hated him.
Yeah. And he'd rather you hate him so he can make more.
Exactly. So that is something, before we get to the remaining fights on here, that is something I feel a lot of fighters try to emulate, but they don't go to the deep ends like Floyd did.
For sure.
They want to protect their undefeated record. They want to make the money. They want to do, but they don't know how to build the fight up to say, if I'm not going to put on an electrifying performance, everyone's going to tune in because they want to see me get knocked out. And I feel like that's where Floyd is head and shoulders above everyone else. Defensively in speed, yes. Yeah. But he knew how to promote a fight.
Yeah, he knew how to sell a fight. The fight was sold before he got in the ring.
He knew how to...
He was the best.
He was the best at it. And I'll tell you, there needs to be a documentary done. Because again, like we talked about, when he was Pretty Boy Floyd, oh man, he was putting everybody down. But as Diego Corrales, the legend, rest in peace, and many others. But then when he changed over to Money Mayweather, he ain't knocked nobody out.
Nah, he was for the money.
But he was getting paid. Paid. Also on this card, we got a WBC middleweight championship bout between Carlos Adams and, how you say that?
You know what?
Hamzat
Shiraz.
Now, this,
I'm gonna keep it real. I ain't never heard of neither one of them.
Well, I was gonna ask you. This is in the middleweight. I was gonna ask you this. It's in the middleweight division.
Okay.
We've seen in the past the middleweight division does produce stars: Bernard Hopkins, Jermaine Taylor, Kelly Pavlik, Marvelous Marvin Hagler, etc. But I do feel in the last couple of years we've been missing somebody at the middleweight division. Do you think that's because someone like Canelo keeps moving up and doesn't have time to just sit there and go on a long, lengthy run like Hopkins did? Or is the talent pool just so wishy-washy?
It's wide open, but can I say this?
Yeah.
I always got a great time to promote what I got going on. I managed a fighter that fight at 160. Marquise Taylor out of Houston, Texas, 17-1-1, current WBC not lightweight. I forget, so many WBC belts, man. But he got him, and he's looking to whoop somebody's ass at 160. And also my homeboy Shane Mosley, one of my good partners, he at 160. So I want to see them do their thing. I don't know none of these cats, but they made it on the card. They had to be somebody. I ain't gonna say they not, but I got 160s for y'all. Y'all want some 160?
That you got, want all the smoke.
Marquise wants all the smoke.
And when those fights do happen, we're gonna be talking about right here on the main event,
man,
on Franchise Sports Media.
Man,
we're gonna be talking about
events happen. We gonna be at the fight.
At the fights.
Sitting there.
He gonna be giving out advice. I'm gonna be in the back eating popcorn. So hey, it's all good. We also got my man Virgil Ortiz Jr., the WBC World Intern Super Welterweight Champion. He's defending his title against Israel Madamev. That should be a tough one, simply because his last name is one of the. He come from the mountains. He come from the mountains, bro. He ain't playing. He ain't playing about his.
He's arm wrestling.
Arm wrestling by himself. Yes, arm wrestling. He was 9 years old wrestling grizzly bears. He ain't playing.
He was a kid. I like in this fight, man. You know, Virgil Ortiz. He been grinding for a while. He get his just due. I don't think his handlers, which is Golden Boy, gonna put him in a position to take an L. So I think this is a good. I mean, it's gonna say it ain't a safe fight statistically, but I think Virgil Ortiz is gonna pull this off.
I think Virgil Ortiz too, but I also think this is one of those, like we said with Shakur, it's a perfect opportunity for Virgil on a big card like this with all the eyes to go out there and put on a great performance.
And Virgil dodged my man Blair Cobb. Virgil, you dodging the homie. Blair ain't on Golden Boy no more, but Blair was trying to fight Virgil. Blair, my homie. Well, you know Blair Cobb.
No,
right?
I know. I was gonna say, well, you know, sometimes, especially at Golden Boy, certain fighters were a little protected, Other fighters, not so much. Certain fighters got certain matchups. Other fighters, not so much. I'll leave it at that for right now. It is what it is. But yeah, I'm very excited to see how Vergil Ortiz does. Because again, on big cards like this is your chance on the undercard. If you're outside the main event, co-main event, man, if you out there putting on the show, you can steal the show.
Yeah.
You can steal. We've seen it in the world of UFC where the fights that wasn't a co and main event, they were the ones everyone was talking about.
On the show, yeah,
so
for sure. A lot of times it's them undercard fights that make the fight because they trying to make a name for themselves.
It really do, and that's why I hope that these fighters take advantage of that and not try to play it safe. Speaking of playing it safe, I don't think we're going to see that here in this particular matchup. We move up to the big boys.
Somebody's going down.
Somebody's
going down.
For the vacant WBC interim heavyweight championship, we do got Agit Kabali, but he's going to be taking on Julie Zhang. Now, Zhang, if you guys remember, just demolished Deontay Wilder.
Hey, I wasn't going to bring that up.
His fist.
I wasn't going to bring Deontay. You still the whole man?
No, Deontay, we love you.
Man.
But you got your ass whooped.
You did.
It is what it is. We got to call it how we see it on here.
It ain't his fault. It's his trainer's fault. And I'm going to tell you why.
Please.
And this is the downfall with knockout artists.
Mm-hmm.
If you knocking everybody you fight out, what are you going to fix in the gym?
This is true.
This is true. Shit.
No, it's not.
You 40 and 40 knockout. What are you working on?
Coach, everything I've been doing is working.
You feel me?
Yeah.
So when you come across a motherfucker you can't knock out, then how good are you? And we've seen that in Deontay.
It's interesting you bring that up because I was going to say I'm trying to think the man with was it Bermane Stevens, the one with
Bermane Stevens.
Okay,
Yeah,
so when they fought and they went to decision, people criticized Deontay because he was a knockout guy, and he's like, "Well, I wanted to show you guys that I can box. I got foot movement. I could box the guy too."
Was hard,
but he is. But everyone was. I remember everyone was criticizing him. It was like, "Bro, you're supposed to knock people out." That when they rematch, he does knock him out, but then like you said,
you know why? You know why he got knocked out? He got off the couch.
He did get off the couch.
Bermane was chilling.
He was, but hey,
he was chilling. The Bermane he fought the first time, that was the real Bermane.
Yeah.
That was, I trained for Deontay. I'm about to dog this boy. Woo, woo, woo. He couldn't knock him out. That was a fight.
Yeah, it was.
He was laying on the couch smoking backwoods, man. Hey, I don't know if he was smoking backwoods. I'm just saying.
But he was on the couch.
He was chilling. It was a payday.
And I get that. But at the same time, what I was alluding to was, I feel like that was the point where Deontay wanted to show people that he could do more. But the backlash and criticism for him not finishing the fight made him go back to what he knows. Sure. I'll just knock people out then. So now I can't work on my other stuff. Just like Tyson Fury said, oh, he can't fight backward. Yeah. He can't switch hands. Yeah. Oh, he don't know how to work off the jab combo.
Knocking people out.
Exactly. He can knock me down, but he ain't knocking me out. So that's where I say, man, for Deontay, it's one of those where, man, if you go back, hindsight being 2020, that would have been a moment I say, look, cut all that damn noise. You can still knock people out who you can knock out, but we need to teach you how to freaking box. Yeah. So when you get in there against somebody you can't knock out.
He tried, though.
He tried.
He looked awkward as hell.
You can't say try and you spinning around doing 360s in training. What the hell was that?
He just learned that. You can't fight 20 years and then do something new.
He better unlearn that. As long as me and you been watching boxing, I ain't never seen no boxer spin around.
On that shit in the gym, though.
What you do?
It was working in the gym.
In the gym? Against a broomstick? Yeah.
It was working in the gym.
He thought this was the Avengers movie where he was fighting somebody behind him. What y'all? You ain't Black Belt Jones?
Deontay, man, just lay it down, bro. He's a hell of a fighter, one of the best heavyweights. Your knockout ratio is up there, man, but
don't do it.
Just lay it down, man. You made your money, man.
No, there's two fights we need to see. There's two fights we need to see from Deontay.
Nah, he gonna lose both of them. Why you want to put him in that position?
Because we need to see him.
Fan satisfaction?
We need to see him.
All right, who?
Joshua.
Anthony Joshua?
They're both coming out at the same place in their careers where they're not who they used to be.
True.
They were supposed to meet when they were undefeated.
True.
At the peak. But you know how boxing is. Greed. True. Let's push it out more and keep building up. Now look what happened.
They can't do shit.
And now I want him to see him fight my guy.
Oh.
Francis Ngannou. I want to see them two fight. Because in a way, while Wilder has way more experience, yes, his fighting style and his unorthodox way matches up with how Ngannou is. Because when you saw Ngannou against Joshua, while on this show, I said, man, I hope Ngannou does well. Joshua's just too technical for him, and we saw what he did. Annihilated him. But these two, I don't know how it's going to go, but I would love to see Wilder, before he hangs it up, those two fights. Don't fight all these other dudes. Fight Joshua. Get that over with. America versus UK. It's the oldest rivalry. It's more than the Cowboys and the Commanders. And then I want to see him fighting the Ghana.
Cowboys and Commanders.
We can't say the other name anymore because it's different. But those are the two fights I would love to see before he hangs it up.
For sure, I can see that. But don't do it, Deontay.
Fair enough. For me. Please do it.
Face.
Please do it, Deontay, for me. Please. And wrapping it up, we also got Joshua Batiste taking on Caleb Smith. Hey, there's a name we haven't heard in a while. Yeah, but he's coming back up. Now, he has fought Beterbiev. So now fighting on the undercard of his, it's a chance for him to get back up there. I remember when he lost to Canelo. Try to put on a good effort. But, hey, that's Canelo. It is what it is.
Cinnamon head.
Now, we just went through the card.
For sure.
All these great fights.
That promoter spent some money, man.
Man, look, you know who the promoter is.
The rich dude with the dashiki, right? And the Ray-Bans.
This was pocket change for him, probably. This was pocket change.
That's what's so crazy, bro. He's going to single-handedly corner the boxing market because he got the bread.
You remember the movie Harlem Nights?
Yeah.
Remember when they all went to jail and Richard Pryor went to jail to bail him out? He had a suitcase full of money. He's like, it's $3,500. And Richard said, pull out his pocket, give me a receipt, just throw it off. That's what he did. He's like, how much is it going to cost to get all you guys on here? Give me a receipt, okay?
So, and he don't even care if he sell tickets. He'll sit right there and be entertained.
I bought all the look. I got Ronaldo right here next to me. We're good.
I'm just watching.
We're good.
The fight.
We're good.
Yeah,
but if you took just what's on the line of all these fights, either the fight itself or a fighter, who are you most excited to see?
Honestly, Shakur, because I want to see what he does.
Okay.
Zhang. I want to see him knock that boy out and continue on to do what he do in the heavyweight division. And I'm excited to see the rematch with them Bivol and them. The whole card is good though. It's one of them ones like I ain't too much tripping on the Callum Smith card or the fight after them from Virgil on up. I'm all ears.
No, for sure. The one I'm really looking forward to is the co-main event.
Yeah, that's
DuBois versus Parker. To me, I feel like those are two guys who feel like they have something to prove. Beterbiev and Bivol, they've held titles. They're main guys. Outside of one of them getting creamed, I feel like they're like, hey, we're securing where we're going from here. Win, lose, or draw. Everyone else on here, I feel like the same. Zhang still trying to get that major payday with the big heavyweight title shot. But I feel like with Parker and Dubois, this is a chance for them to say, we could fight the guy after this. The main guy in this division, we could fight him after this. We got to put on a performance worthy of it, though. Yeah, so that's what I'm looking forward to in that particular one on how that goes. Should be a lot of fun. It is going down overseas. Let me pull up this card real quick if we could switch it over to the Octagon.
Hell of a fight,
man. Look, let me tell you something.
I cannot wait till Saturday.
And this is what's so frustrating is because as fight fans, we have wanted to see fights like this from the world of boxing a lot, but we don't see it often. In short words, because we're going to wrap up here pretty soon. In short words, why is it we haven't seen more cards like this in the past?
For boxing?
Yes.
Well, that's because a lot of promoters, everybody's entrepreneurs.
Gotcha.
So everybody is for themselves. So me being a promoter, that's why, okay, let me give it to you the best way I can. Why you think Earl Spence and Terrence Crawford didn't fight for as long as they did?
Everybody was trying to squeeze as much money as they could.
One was with Al, one was with Bob.
Okay.
Okay, right? So neither one of them could have the other one signed. So why would I let y'all fight each other right now? Because look at it like this. Earl Spence was Al Haymon's cash cow at 47, right?
Yeah.
Now, had they fought, and he did that to Earl Spence 5 years ago, Earl Spence wouldn't be who he is now. Yeah. But he didn't make that happen because he didn't have no rights to Bud. And if Earl would have beat Bud, Bob Arum wouldn't have had no rights to Earl. So, yeah, of course. The same thing is why you didn't see Floyd and Pacquiao fight. The same reason why you didn't see Floyd and De La Hoya fight when they was all under the same umbrella. Well,
I think the De La Hoya one is because I think at Top Rank they valued De La Hoya more than they value Floyd.
Oh, for sure.
And I also feel like with the Pacquiao one, Pacquiao didn't want to get caught using steroids.
Yep. Pacquiao
he didn't want to do it. Look,
I was just speaking air house.
No, I got you.
You know what I'm saying? So that's why they don't. And plus, this guy has the money. These promoters, they get the money from the sponsors. If they don't get $100 million from Hennessy, ain't no fight. There's just no fight. A promoter, a real promoter, entrepreneur promoter, he's not going in his pocket for shit. He's getting all the sponsorship dollars, and if he can't, no fight.
Fair enough.
But this guy here,
oh man,
he woke up and blew $100 million.
He said, on breakfast.
On breakfast.
What we doing today?
Solid gold bacon.
Y'all, solid gold bacon. Hey, everybody on the omelet? Everybody on the omelet? We're good?
Put a couple diamonds in here.
That's it. You put a Rolex in his. He's fine. He's always late. He needs to tell time.
Straight up.
And obviously we're going to dive more into this as we go further along with the show in future episodes. But yeah, it's just one of those where I say, even if they did it one time a year, kind of like a Super Bowl, the UFC has International Fight Week in middle of the summer. End of June, early July. They try to get the first weekend of July, 4th of July. But that's like their International Fight Week where they try to make that card stack.
There's been a lot of stack cards in the UFC.
They got the New York card, but it's certain cards they try to make sure this is our marquee event. I'm a pro wrestling fan. There's 4 big pay-per-views that WWE has. You got the Royal Rumble in January, 30 men enter, 29 got to go over the top rope, both feet hit the ground, the winner goes on to WrestleMania. WrestleMania is their big one. Then you got SummerSlam in August, and then you got Survivor Series at the end of the year. That's fallen off over the years. But those, if possible, and guys are healthy, they try to put the big matches on for those. Sure. The other ones, it could go up and down. I feel like boxing needs to do that as well. They need to pick a time of the year where they say, listen, if we can, this needs to be where all the promoters come together, your best fighter, my best fighter, your best fighter, and we need to put them together.
The boy over there in Dubai, he finna kill the game.
He need to buy everybody.
The only one he can't, remember, it's like we said yesterday, the only one he can't take out the game, it's Bob Arum.
That's it.
Bob Arum's grandfather with ESPN, and ESPN ain't going nowhere.
And Bob Arum been in there since 1820. So he was there for the first boxing match. He's been there since the first boxing match. You feel me? He was there when they didn't even have gloves and wax on their hand. They was fighting like this.
Like this here. Yeah, put him on. Put him on. Yeah, that's how they did.
So that's in the world of boxing, and we spent a lot of time on that. But there is a UFC fight going on up in Seattle. It's going to be raining, but they're going to be indoors. Okay. We got the Olympic gold medalist Henry Cejudo stepping back into the ring. He's going to be taking on a very tough opponent in the bantamweight division in Song Yadong. Those two are going to go at it in the main event. Song Yadong. Look, read the name and tell me I said it wrong.
Song Yadong.
Song Yadong. Look.
That's a brother.
Let me tell you something right now. Check his 23andMe and see where it is on. Yeah. Hey, he's 20. He's 21, 7-1 with no contest. He ain't no easy slouch in that cage, but he is going to be taking on Henry Cejudo, champ status there. Cejudo, can he still prove that he's one of the better fighters at bantamweight as he has made his comeback and wants to move up? We shall see. We know his wrestling is elite, and we know his cardio is fantastic, but Sundong is a tough son of a gun, and we've seen Cejudo at times be suspect to body shots.
Anybody with a name like that, I got to check him out.
You got to be a tough son of a gun. You got to be a tough. That's your last name? You got to fight, son. Kids are going to make fun of you all in school. You got to fight. We also got Brendan Allen taking on Anthony Hernandez. That is going to be a banger in the middleweight division of the co-main event, and we got a catchweight bout between Rob Font returning to the cage, one of the more fan-friendly fighters, taking on Jean Masamuto, but he's 16-0. So I might mess up his name because I can't read for shit.
How many knockouts? Or do it go off submissions, or how does it go?
It's everything. It's everything. So I'm gonna have to pull up his personal record as far as that. But he's a tough.
It's hard to go undefeated in MMA.
Man, look, let me first.
The best lose.
The best lose.
You feel me?
And like you said, you can lose in a variety of ways. I might have caught you with a quick ankle lock. Right. I might have hit you with a quick guillotine. Yeah, so I'm pulling his up right now. 16 wins, dozens. Oh, here we go. So he's got 3 knockouts, 6 submissions, 7 by decisions. Okay. So he's one of those fighters where if it goes to the mat, I can submit you, but I'm also able to go the distance here as well.
And I can knock your ass out.
But he's taking on Rob Font. I don't know if you know how Rob Font is. Rob Font is action. If you were playing him on a video game, you know how they got a block button? You don't know what that is. That is game. You don't know what that is. He just knows forward, bam, 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 bam. So it's gonna be an action-packed fight.
When you break it down like that, that's why I like it. Because like I told you, I'm not a big fan of UFC, but I love.
We're gonna
fighting.
get you there. We're gonna get you there.
But I love fighting. Yeah. And the one thing I love about UFC is nobody goes undefeated.
Nobody.
And that's what I love about the sport.
Well, I mean, there's
who retired undefeated in UFC?
Khabib Nurmagomedov, 29-0.
Really?
And in his run in the UFC, people can criticize some of the fights. He only lost 2 rounds in his whole UFC.
So he was
run.
The Floyd of the UFC.
He was dominant. Look, he's from Dagestan over there in Russia where they wrestle in the mountains. He dominated every motherfucker he fought. Conor McGregor, Edson Barbosa, he whooped everybody's ass. He's the only one that went undefeated. Technically, John Jones is undefeated. Mm-hmm. His one loss came from a disqualification because he threw a 12-6 elbow, which at the time was illegal. He was on top of a guy, Matt Hamill. Shout out to Matt Hamill. He's a deaf wrestler that fought in the UFC, but he's beating him down, hitting him with elbows.
Deaf wrestler?
Deaf.
How's he hear the bell?
referee really has to jump in on that one. When they do the 10-second clock, the ref is like, hold on, wait. But this one, the ref didn't jump in. Johns hits him with the elbow, disqualifies him and whatnot. Now that elbow is legal. They've tried to reverse his decision. The referee said, nope, it can't do that. So technically, I mean, those are really only two. I'm talking about guys who have lengthy runs. I know everyone. Right. I know people out there listening. Like, what about
16
this?
And 0.
Exactly.
Yeah,
what about this guy? What about this guy?
Yeah.
These guys are active. They still got a long way to go. Jones is at the end of his run.
For sure.
So we'll see how it goes. But yeah, you're right. It's hard to go.
It's hard to go undefeated.
It's hard, man. Just because there's so many elements to it. To get you. See, in boxing, and I think we talked about it the other day. In boxing, you gotta worry about your hands.
That's it.
That's it. I don't gotta worry about no flying knees, no head kick, no front kick. I don't gotta worry about if we grapple, you gonna take me to the ground, hit me with a rear naked choke, quick arm bar, hit me with the heel hook. I don't gotta worry about that in boxing. Just body head, top.
That's it.
So it's fun.
It's mixed martial arts for real.
It is. So we're gonna dive more into that as we go forward. But man, T, this has been awesome.
Man, I thoroughly enjoyed
the first of many shows going forward for you guys, man. I told you guys in 2025, the main event, Franchise Sports Media, we're doing big things, as you can see. So be sure to tune in to the main event on Franchise Sports Media. Once again, this is T. Buckley. I'm Kalani Lua. Till next time, fight fans. Peace.
We out.